All right. Okay, we are live. What's up, everybody? Um, I'm joined with Troy Elke. He is playing the role of the technician in the third channel. Just wanted to jump on here real quick. This is the first day of the campaign, guys. So really super excited. We've got some really awesome perks and stuff going. We're up to 3 backers today, and so that's always a cool thing. So I wanted to give a quick shout out to some folks who jumped on it really quickly. I want to shout out and thank you very much to Matt Skinner, and also one of our associate producers, Jimmy Presley. He helped out today, and also Charlie Brady. So very awesome. And Anthony from Boogeyman Studios is here. He's the guy who's making our masks. Very awesome. I see Fret Lives is here. So awesome. I guess I will ask you, because I don't really know too much about your acting background, and you were telling me a little bit about that on Facebook. Like, how did you get started in acting?
Well, I've always been kind of a ham. I used to make funny little skit videos. I still do, but I've been doing that for a long time. And I actually, they were shooting a Netflix series here in town, and they were using our high school and stuff. And I run the town's biggest website, so I thought, I'd love to get in on this, and I always grew up watching movies and stuff with my mom, so I always thought it would be cool. Like, I used to tell my kids and my friends it'd be really cool to, pause a video someday with your grandkids and say, if you look back there in the back, right there, that's your grandpa. But
right.
So I ended up not working the high school, and they ended up calling me later. And so they started me day one as a featured background actor. So they just put me right in between the stars. And
oh, nice!
I had such a blast. Just the whole being on set, and everything. I love that experience, and the food's amazing. But so it started there, and they kept calling me back. I ended up in 4 episodes of Trinkets on a Netflix original, and
very awesome.
Yeah, they had called me back 4 times, which was fun. And then I ended up from there kind of expanding. I went and did Kobe Smulders. She Kitty still? Okay. She has a show called Stumptown. Where she's kind of a badass, unconventional detective lady. And so I got to film down there in the woods on a trail with me, Nicolas Cage, and 2 other people. That was pretty awesome for a movie, Pig. Unfortunately, that I waited so long for that scene to come out, and it got cut.
Oh,
and so my scene, I was able to find myself from a different angle, way in the back, bending down, but a little disappointed about that. But I just did a sitcom pilot with Damon Wayans Jr., and it's called Kill the Orange-Faced Bear.
That sounds familiar.
They do a bar scene where he's telling his friend, who's the bartender, that his girlfriend was eating. Well, I think once you hear about it, it's kind of because it's what you have is Damon Wayans, and his girlfriend was attacked by a bear. When the bear attacked her, she sprayed it with what she thought was bear mace, dating his best friend. So every time he sees her, this is just kind of what I gathered. And then so there's trouble there, and then there's, I guess, from what I've read, There is the bear that killed his girlfriend as a boyfriend.
Okay.
Other girl bear likes the murderous girl bear's boyfriend, and that one is voiced by Sarah Silverman, I believe. And so there's going to be a POV of the bears, you know, their lifestyle, what's going on, you know, between them, and then you go over to the. It sounds so crazy. It's either going to be they have the open end of the bar, you know, and they got a stool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally right behind him drinking a beer the whole time, water beer. But yeah, and then I started doing.
Mm-hmm.
In It Wants Blood, where I was
Mm-hmm.
Eric Roberts' character, the senator, and then I did a couple more movies for James Blake where I'm doing a lot of voice work. See, my biggest I've been cast in a few movies, or could have been. Florida has Baghead the Killer, and I can't fly. I'm not a fly like that guy, so I drive or take a train. Well, at the time of year and the train switches and all that, and so I would, of course, want a room. So I would want one of the you know, cabin cars or whatever. Anyway, the lowest I could get it was $4,000. So I had to step out and decline. And luckily, one of my good friends ended up getting the role and did a fantastic job. So,
oh wow!
Now, like, I'm really wanting. There's so many people that I wish I knew more West Coast, because I want to do a lot more on camera and set stuff. You know, and be able to afford the travel, you know, within a few states for me. And but the voice thing is just taking off. It's just
you know, I recently found out about that, and I have to,
I'm having a blast.
I have to say I'm a little bit guilty because I just found out about that, and if I would have known a little bit earlier, I might have tried to write something in there for a voiceover for you to do something on the trailer, but I just found that out.
Oh.
So yeah, but gosh, you know,
yeah, it's been a whole lot. I'm doing voice work in Flower City Butcher, Batman the Killing Joke, and Sam, which are all up and coming movies as well. And then, of course, now the third channel. I'm really excited about this because I get to be on set again, which is just, you know, a treat in and of itself.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Even though you get tired, you know, when you're sitting there for 16 hours or whatever, but it's just still, you're just like, I'd rather be here, you know? And so I'm really, really looking forward to getting down there and getting. Now, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard, will it be filming in one of the buildings used or something like that?
It will be filmed outside near where the Silver Shamrock Factories is, but nothing on the interior.
Okay.
Because that building needs to be restored, and I think the lady, the new owners who took it over, I don't know what their plans are, but they said they didn't have a problem with us filming in front of it, which is good. And I believe that they're going to restore it and do something with it. So I'm really happy because that building is set for like years and years and years. I mean, probably even since like Halloween 3 was made. I think that there was like maybe one smaller business or something that was in there. And I don't even know what that was. It was like, I don't know, but I'm so glad that they, you know, are actually doing something with it instead of just letting it sit there. And now, of course, with that earthquake that hit, there's some structural damage on one of the sides. So luckily it's not the side that we were supposed to be like filming on, but we're going to be filming on the other end of it anyways. So I doubt that will affect us, but we still have to, maintain, caution and safety and make sure that we don't really want someone to go like near the building because you never know. But we'll be probably
Right.
filming across the street so that we get that shot of the building in the background, and if we can somehow do that and mash cut it and all that stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, when you were talking about being on set,
Very cool.
like I do, I on occasion do background acting with central casting. And now that I'm all the way up here in Northern California, that's really difficult to do because I don't drive and I don't have a car, and it's really difficult to get. It's like an 8 hour or something, 8 hour plus drive. From Northern California down to
Oh,
the LA
yeah.
area. And I get texts from them all the time saying, do you want to work on this project? Such and such a date, must go to and test like at Paramount Studios for COVID or whatever. And it's like, I can't get there in like 3 hours. I'm sorry. So
Yeah.
it's kind of that. But
I did
yeah.
four tests in 2 days.
Yep.
Yeah, I had to do 4 tests in 2 days, and yeah, that was an interesting round. I worked on a Netflix Metal Lords. I didn't actually end up getting on set on it. I sat in the waiting room the whole time on my birthday. But what I hated was the masks, because it's like, all right, we're ready. When you're ready to go, but the mask, it does some funny stuff to my beard, and it's like, can I? You got a comb, and that was terribly annoying. But you got to do what you got to do.
Right. Yeah, and I was actually when I lived in Bangor, Maine, they were
So
doing like casting calls and stuff for Stephen King's Langoliers. So I was in the Langoliers. I played one of the airport people, like passengers, but you never see me in it. So I can definitely identify with what you were saying a little bit ago about being in a scene and you just never see yourself, or, who knows what they did with it. It probably ended up on the cutting room floor for whatever reason. And I don't know how I did. I mean, that was like maybe one of the biggest
yeah, it
things
was
I was,
my,
did. So
when I did my first one for Trinkets, I had what was like a big scene. It was like really cool. They had so they had I was in the background, and the girls were in the forefront. They're talking, and then they separate, and I'm drinking. And so what they did is they have everybody leave except for me. They had me turn and walk right into the camera across the room. Well, it was actually pretty hilarious because the girl, oh my god, I'm drawing a blank, but Fear Street. Did you watch that? The 3 movies?
It's
The
called
Netflix
Fear
Fear Street,
Street.
1978.
No, I could probably find
Fear
it though.
Street. Okay, it's a Netflix original. It's a trilogy. It's 3 movies, and anyway, the girl that stars in that was in the scene that I was in. And I was supposed to walk over to the coffee thing. They came over to us, and I'm in this group of 3. I'm drinking coffee, and we're fake talking, whatever. And then the guy that I'm with is supposed to do something cue, and then that causes the woman that we're with to do something, and then my cue to walk into the camera. Well, I heard what they said. I knew what they said. Well, this guy jumped the whole scene so early. Then I'm like, I either have to freeze and be stuck on the camera and look like, so I just started walking, but they weren't done yet. So I just kind of did as slow as I could, nonchalant, and then I got to him. So I just had to walk around. Turn around, and we were funny.
Yeah.
So I had this big scene there where I walked right in, and I had another one. My other scene at that time was sitting in a support group, So my point being is the editing floor we were talking about. So my big scene turned into a little scene, and my little scene turned into a bigger scene.
Yes.
You know, or just as far as being on camera, and it was really weird. But then the same thing, that's what happened with the Nicolas Cage thing. I was so excited about that. I waited and waited and waited for that, because there's a scene where a lady, he goes to this lady who basically, she's where you trade in your truffles for the money. And he tells the lady that his pig got stolen. So she's like, "Oh, motherfucker," whatever, and starts stomping down the trail, yelling back at the people as Nicolas Cage is with her. And me and another lady there, we're truffle hunting, and we have to jump out of the way as they're angrily, you know, to get the hell out of their way as they're angrily walking through, and she's cussing the whole way through, you know, back at the people. And it was like, we were right there. It's like, there's no way that I'm not 100% perfectly in this scene with Nicolas Cage, you know?
Right.
And so when I watched, they got to her scene where she does that. He's like, "Oh, they took my pig." And she's like, "Oh, those assholes." And they just cut it off right there. Her whole
they cut it.
spiel, walking down the thing, yelling at him. Her whole big dialogue was gone. That one hurt a little, but
yeah.
What do you do?
Right. Exactly. What do you do?
But I've been doing shit out of voice work. I tell you, I'm
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the trailer up here. So there's our Indiegogo link right down here at the bottom. We're up 3 backers right now, and I think we can get to 2 more backers by tonight. So let's do the 5 backers challenge by midnight tonight. Let's see if we can get one of those masks sold. You know, because I know Anthony worked a ton on that, and it's going to be signed by Brad Shetner. So that's also something really cool. I see that we have Daniel Lund is in the audience, or not audience. He's in the backstage. So let me bring him up. What's up? I'm glad you made it.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, pretty good. Yourself? You're at work, right?
Yeah. Always
awesome.
seems to be this end of the week for me.
Very cool. Well, you guys probably know each other, but you're going to be in the Third Channel together. So I might as well mention that. Daniel Lund here is playing the role of Jimmy, which is another like supporting cast role.
Looks like it's going to be a fun one.
It is. And you know what's funny is that Heather and Brendan and I went through that scene this past time that when we did rehearsals, and I had to read for your part because I was like, yeah, you know, I haven't heard this done before. So let's do this scene. And I was like, okay, but I have to read for Daniel, you know, so it was cool. It was really awesome.
Did you what scene did you read from? What part?
Oh, I don't know if I can tell that.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Remember when you were telling me you made a suggestion for a perk where we were going to be using a particular thing? Yep. So yeah, it was that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wink,
so
wink.
right, yeah. Right. And Troy is going to be playing a technician. I'm actually going to be playing a technician as well. So we're going to find out how that works. I thought I'd throw some differences into the mix. You didn't see a female robot or female technician in part 3. So, you know, except for Ellie. And maybe they turned Teddy into a robot too, you know, if they put her head back together and with the hole in it and the drill. I have no idea.
Hey, you never know.
Oh, goodness. And let's see. We have Morgan in the chat. I made it. I'm glad you're here, Morgan. Very awesome. Hello to you too. And Jimmy Presley, who is one of our associate producers, is in the audience. He says, hello, Troy. And I guess he knows what Fear Street is. I will have to look into that.
Oh, Fear Street. That's like well, the Netflix series. Then you have like the older books that are like Goosebumps types.
Troy here was saying that he was in a scene with one of the gals from that.
Oh man, that's awesome.
So.
That's awesome.
Jimmy.
And I was saying earlier that I was in the Langoliers as well, and I never saw myself. So we know how things get cut. Boogeyman Studio says, I'm trying to share the link to the other site. Okay. The link for hold on a second. Let me get the live thing. Hopefully I don't get an echo in here, but it probably will. I'm going to share that with you right now. Let's see if that works. Okay. Here it is, Anthony. Hopefully that will, I don't know if you can, maybe if I message it to you, I will message it to you really quickly. Multitasking over here. So what did you guys think of the trailer?
I loved it.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I know you had seen some of it before because I showed you some different cuts.
Mm-hmm. No, I think it turned out good, and I really think it sets the tone even deeper with in combination with your first one too. You know, you watch those back to back, and it gets you pumped. It gets you excited for it. Like, I'm excited. I'm going to film this tomorrow. I'm going to go.
I know, me too. I was like I was there waiting for it to launch too. When I was, before it launched, and I was like, man, it feels just like I'm going to get the cast here tomorrow, and we're going to like go do this.
Yeah.
But 3 months from now, guys, we're getting very close. That's why this Indiegogo campaign is so important. Let's get some stuff generated because we really need to. I really want to put forth and make this like a really great fan film for Halloween 3. I think it really deserves something in there because there really haven't been a whole lot of Halloween 3 fan films.
No. I was actually did catch one that was on YouTube. I don't know who did it, but it was in Spanish. It was pretty good, I thought. I
think I know which one you're talking about.
I might be wrong. It might not be Spanish. I'm really bad with foreign language, but I believe it was Spanish.
Yeah, I recall it, or it was either that or Italian. It was something that I didn't. I know a little bit of Spanish, and but. Yeah, I thought if it's the same one you're talking about, then I thought that they did a really good job. Which I will go back and say also, with this trailer, there were some shots that were done remotely with other cast members. And so we kind of had to work with what we had. And so that's why I'm kind of hoping like, oh man, I hope that, it might not be like exact quality, because we're going to be filming with the Blackmagic camera to get that really awesome cinematic look. So hopefully nobody critiques it too poorly, but I'm just going to put it out there.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think with the static and the kind of shaky look of it all, it kind of adds to that effect of, hey, this is old, VHS looking TV,
right?
Static TV, and it gives it that feel that you're calling back to or hearkening back to those older films.
Exactly.
So I think it works. Even it sets the tone.
So Troy, have you done very much like horror? Or wait, no, you said actually that you're in like a few other projects besides that. I know those are kind of like newer projects, but like in the past, have you done like any types of horror? So I think you have, but I don't know what the titles are. So. Uh-oh. He might be frozen.
He's like, he bailed out of that question.
It sounds like what happened to me the other night. I just like, I something was going on with my internet.
Yeah, I'm doing a bunch of voice work and a ton of my first voice work was in 13 Fanboy, you know, which has all the Friday the 13th alumni. And then from there, it's just, I love the horror stuff. My friend Vanessa, I own to write. She does a lot of stuff. Tony Martin, I did some stuff for him, which is just fun as hell.
Oh, nice.
Get to do that voice.
Oh, yeah.
And, that's been a lot of fun. And really looking forward to Sam Hain and the Killing Joke and Flower City Butcher, and I've got like a lot of stuff that's pre-production, so I'm looking forward to a character called Dr. Dark. He's like an evil DJ, but they've actually got an actor in a dark room and see him, and I'm doing the voice. And he makes an appearance in 3 of their movies. Gore, All Hallows Eve. That was a fun character. I still have to record for and when I get that Dark Carnival, I think next. And for them, looking forward to that. I got a pretty awesome chunk to do for Sam Hain to voice wise. You know, awesome. Setting up for the 3rd channel. That's going to be fun, and I'm actually going to be. I'm actually doing everything that I can in my power to shoot a film. So I'm in the pre-productions. I'm working on a script right now, and then I'm just going to go out and do it. You know,
right.
Shit or get off the pot.
Right. And what is that about, or can you say? I think you're kind of frozen there. So
yeah, I was about to
explain it without giving too much away, but just basically it's very campfire tale-ish.
Ooh.
And I have some that I'm hoping if the film goes well, that will be a fun, classic campfire tale, more or less.
Oh, very awesome.
You know, hook and that kind of thing. Old. It'll be shot in a different way. That's all I can really say. Hopefully it all goes well. And then I've got several other short stories that I probably will turn into scripts. I don't know if I've got a couple of them I want to film myself, and then the rest I don't know. Just probably write them out to practice writing.
Cool. That's very awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what you do with that.
I got squirrels. I got all kinds of stuff.
Squirrels. Nice. Morgan here says, I'm ready. I'm really excited to.
I'm on a YouTube show called Dr. Zongo. And, he what?
Oh, I think I might have interrupted you. I apologize. Again, you're cutting in and out, so I didn't know where you were ending there. My apologies. Morgan, I was just reading on here what Morgan was saying. I'm really excited to see this project. I love Season of the Witch. And just going through these, Jimmy says Halloween 3 is great. Oh, and look who else we got in the audience. Father Mahoney, who is Rob Mahoney, who is our executive producer. See, I remember. And Jimmy says shared too. Hope it helps. Tagged get to. I don't know what that means.
You know, I would
GRP.
rank
I don't know what that
Halloween, the
means
original
either.
1978, as my.
Mm-hmm.
I would rank the original Halloween as my number one, and Halloween 3 is my number 2 of all the
Okay.
Halloween films.
Oh
Even
yeah,
when
I mean you
saw
kind
it
of.
back,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, when I saw it back when I was younger, I was a little surprised there was no Michael Myers, but I didn't dwell on that because I loved the movie. I was into that
Right.
movie, and it was like, who cares about Michael Myers? You know, I'm like,
Exactly.
it's one of my favorites. It's
Mm-hmm.
between that and the original,
Very, very awesome.
and that song.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm actually I won't spill the beans, but there'll be an updated version of something like that in the third channel.
It's gonna be grindcore.
Oh man, grindcore. No. Or something like that. But yeah,
I gotta
gosh, I
slip out,
mean,
guys.
What were you gonna say there?
Oh, I gotta go, but it's been nice talking with you guys, and
Yeah, you
everybody.
too.
Seriously, check out the perks on this film and get involved.
Okay, well, thank you so much,
Take
Troy,
care, guys.
for joining us. I appreciate it. Awesome. Yeah, he's great, and Troy's really awesome. I just recently started to take a look at some of the IMDb stuff that he's done. So that's really super awesome that he did a lot of the things that it's always good to know someone's background, and it's always awesome to hear those stories because there's always a story.
Yeah, I love I follow him as well on Facebook, and
Mm-hmm.
I try to follow some people's journeys just to see, everyone's journey is just so interesting to me, and where
Mm-hmm.
how they've kind of come up and what the projects they're doing, and what how many projects we're collaborating on, and sometimes don't even realize it, and
Exactly.
it's really
And
cool.
it's always fun to share stories too, because he was talking about catering, and I'm like, gosh, when I did I was on Marvel Comics The Runaways, and it was Paramount Studios, and the catering that they had there, it was wonderful. It's like, I wish I could eat like that every day. I mean, because there was so much to choose from. And then, just collabing with people on different things too. I mean, it sounds like a lot of different people are involved with a lot of different projects, and that's really super awesome to hear too.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things to do on set, is just to talk to people, get to know them, and
Exactly.
I've made tons of friends, and even if I were to not make any more movies, or not be in any more movies or do anything, at least I've made a lot of friends along the way, and I that's enjoyable.
Exactly. Well, I'm really looking forward to meeting everybody, in person and working with them, because I mean, we've got a really great, strong horror community, and I think that'll go a long way. And Jimmy here says Troy is the best voice in the business. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he's got a good one.
It's and I was just telling him too. I was like, if I would have known that ahead of time, because it completely skipped over me, I would have had him do something like for the third channel, like with the trailer. That is, but it is what it is. And this is Jimmy says, meant to tag the group too. Sorry, Michelle. Okay. So yeah, guys, I'm really happy, really excited. It sounds a lot like a lot of people, are enjoying the trailer, and that means a lot to me. I'm very glad. That's always good to hear. And gosh, again, we're up to 3 backers right now, and I think that we can get 2 more backers tonight. So let's have that 5 backer challenge tonight, and
I know.
let's see if we can.
I see something I want.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So that may or may not work out. So I would be very, very happy to get to that number. 5's a good number. And yeah, did you want to? I'll just open the floor to you, Jimmy, or Daniel. Oh my gosh, see, I'm already messing names up because of the characters, but it's been a long day. Did you have anything that you wanted to touch upon or anything?
Not really.
Really?
I'm really excited to about this. I've, you sent me the script. I read it over, and it's a great story, and I can't wait to for it to all come together and for everyone to see, because I think it's going to really it's different. It's different, but it's also got the same feel. And I think that it's going to be a very enjoyable experience for people, and I think it's going to really take off.
Awesome. Well,
I've read the script at least 8 times all the way through. And
really? Oh my gosh.
It's really good.
That's really
good.
Well,
then, trying to memorize.
Right. That too. One thing that I've found that's really, really cool. I don't know if your computer does this, but if you bring the PDF, you open the PDF and it has an option to have it read to you, and you can do that. Like, it will read it to you. And then you can even go in there and you can select different languages. Like if you want them to have like an Australian accent or an English accent or an Irish accent, or
I wanted to yell at me in German.
All right. Exactly. Or German, so that's always fun. But yeah, I guess I'm just gonna, wrap it up. I just wanted to jump in here real quick and, say hello to everybody, and thanks everybody for helping out, and sharing. Big shout out to all of our producers for coming on and getting the word out. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, but the perks are amazing. So grab them while you can. That mask.
Yeah.
Someone grab that.
Yeah, the mask.
It's really cool.
The mask is done by Boogeyman Studios. We have the special thanks for $15 in the credits. We also have the soundtrack because there's going to be a soundtrack, folks. Everybody is just loving and digging Keith McCoy's music. We have the digital download, we have the DVD, we have tote bags, Santa Mara tote bags, we have the Blu-ray, we also have the keychain locket, t-shirt, signed posters, screen use props. We've even got hats, and one of the older ones that we're still bringing back is your picture in the film. So yeah, I'm super excited about it. So I think it'll be good.
Grab the tote bag and the DVD and a couple other things. All the tote bag.
See, if you get the tote bag, then you have a place to put your DVD.
There you go.
There you go. Jimmy says the journey is definitely interesting. Yeah, it always is. But all right, guys, thank you very much. Thank you to Troy, and thank you to Daniel for being here. I really appreciate it. And I'll try to get next time we go live, I'll try to advertise it a little bit more in advance because it was kind of quick. I had to work today, so. But all right, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thanks everyone for tuning in. And if you haven't already, check out our perks and check out the trailer, and have a good night.
All right, good night, everyone. Good night.